So shloka 5, this shloka has 9 namas. So it goes like this. Swayambhu Shambhuradityah Pushkaraksho Mahasvanaha Anadi Nidano Dhata Vidhatha Dhaturuttamaha. Swayambhu Shambhuraditya Pushkaraksho Mahasvanaha Anadi Nidano Dhata Vidhatha Dhaturuttamaha. I want you guys to repeat now. Swayambhu. Let's try in that original way. Let's see. Swayambhu Shambhuradityah Pushkaraksho Mahasvanaha Anadinidano Dhata Vidhatha Dhaturuttamaha Swayambhu Shambhuradityah Pushkaraksho Mahasvanaha Anadinidano Dhata Vidhatha Dhaturuttamaha. So these conclude the 9 namas, which comes to 45. So 45 namavalis would be covered with these 5 shlokas. First, 37th nama, Swayambhu. Swayambhu is nothing but the power created by itself. So we call like the Vigraha, which is in the Garbhagriha, right? The black stone of whatever, whichever temple we go, inside the Garbhagriha, we have the black stoned god statue, right? That we call it as Swayambhu because it was created on its own. Somebody discovered it. Based on that Swayambhu only, we make the other Vigrahams, which we call it as Moolavar, Urchavar and things like that. So which we will take for processions and all around the temple. But the Swayambhu is something which is fixed, which is created by itself. So we human beings, we are created as part of Panchabhutas. All the Panchabhutams are there, right? So based on the Panchabhutas only, all the human beings are created. Whereas for God, there is no Panchabhutas and all. It's always true form, only one form. So that's why he is called as Swayambhu. That's why that nama came. Swayambhu Shambhu. 38 is the Shambhu. Shambhu is the nama. Shambhu means he is the repository of all good qualities. There are n infinite qualities possessed by Bhagavan Mahavishnu. So he is the epitome of all great qualities a human being can possess. So that's why he is called Shambhu. Best of best Bhagavan is. 39 Swayambhu Shambhu Adityah. Aditya means sun god. So Bhagavan is present. He rests in sun also. He is the embodiment of sun god. That's why he is called Adityah. Aditya means sun. Adityah. Number 40 is Pushkaraksho. Pushkarakshaha means his trademark. We all know when we talk about Mahavishnu, many previous shlokas we have seen when we described his beauty. His beauty trademark is his lotus like eyes. So he is called Pushkarakshaha because of his lotus like eyes. Number 41 Mahasvanaha. Mahasvanaha means the sounds. The beautiful sounds and the words you hear around you, it's all owned by Bhagavan. That's why he is called as Mahasvanaha, means embodiment of great sweet sounds. Number 42 is Anadi Nidano. Anadi Nidanaha means the one who is beyond the concept of old age. No wrinkles, nothing. No old age for Bhagavan. No walking sticks, nothing. He doesn't need anything. Because he is beyond the beginning, end, birth, death. He doesn't have any beginning, he doesn't have any end. He is beyond everything. That's why he is called Anadi Nidanaha. 43rd one, Dhata. Dhata means is like a mother who supports this universe. A mother, how she creates, protects and supports her baby through the period of pregnancy of 10 months, the gestational period. Same way, Bhagavan, he creates the universe, he supports and he protects the universe. That's why he is called Dhata. Number 44, Vidhata. Vidhata means there is a certain time, then only the universe will be delivered. The world can be delivered. Same like pregnancy. A baby, it can't be, we can't just kick our tummy, mothers can't kick our tummy and just bring the baby out. Right? There is a period, the 10 months period where a mother creates her baby, nourishes it, slowly makes it grow and then they gets it delivered by the end of 10 months. Same way, there is a fixed time when the Bhagavan decides this is the right time, the universe needs to be created. One yugam has to start. So, until that time, Bhagavan, what he does, he is protecting, he is trying to nourish the world that he is creating. That's why he is called Vidhata. 45 is Dhaturuttamaha. Dhaturuttamaha means he is the creator. We all know. You guys might ask, how can you say he is the creator? We all know Lord Brahma is the creator. But he is the bestest of creator, Bhagavan Vishnu. Like how when our child comes for first time, in case we have teenage boys or girls, our kids, when they want to come and cook something first time, they come and ask us, Amma, we want to cook sambar today. So what we, as mothers, what we usually do, wait a minute, 5 minutes, I'll call you. What we'll normally do, we'll do all the basics. Everything we'll keep it ready, the tamarind pulp, the dal, everything we'll make it ready. The seasonings, mustard, asafoetida, everything we keep it separately, very neatly, easier for them, isn't it? And then we call our kids, we ask them, okay, put the oil, put all the seasoning, put it in the sambar. And then we do all the basic, the boiling kind of stuff, all the, all the difficult parts of that cooking, we finish it. And all the small things we used to tell them, that kind of gives them a satisfaction, okay, they have done something big. So, and finally what we do, we take a picture, we put in our status and say, proud of my son, proud of my daughter. Their first recipe, their first dish. So that's what the mothers are, right? So, same way, Bhagavan has done the hardest part. He has created this universe, everything. And then he calls Lord Brahma, he just hands a manual. Like a manual workbook he gives to Lord Brahma and says, go do the seasoning and get it delivered. So Brahma does that, and what Bhagavan is giving, he has given the whole credit to Lord Brahma. But who is the ultimate creator? It is Mahavishnu. So that's why we are calling him as Dhaturuttama. He is the best creator. So these are the 9 namas that we have got in shloka number 5. Hope you all understood. So I'll finish today's class with a small story for one of the namas, which I think it will be very